Hello, hello, welcome back. So today we're going to be cooking in the kitchen. I saw this recipe for a tater tot casserole and it sounded really good to me, so we're going to try it. This is the first time I've tried it. I'm going to just kind of share with you the ingredients for it first. Let me get on this side. You'll need ground meat. This is a pound of ground meat. If you want to make it larger, then you could use 2 pounds or however many pounds of ground meat you want. You will need some sour cream, some cheese, shredded cheese, of course some tater tots, and then this is where it's kind of optional what you use. The recipe used corn, whole kernel corn drained, and it also used a can of green beans drained. This could be sweet peas or any vegetables that you would choose to use, you can use. And also a cream of chicken or a cream of mushroom soup. So let's get to cooking. Forgive me. I forgot to mention some other ingredients that you need. Garlic powder, salt, pepper. You also need a can of condensed cheddar cheese soup. And I can never say this one. Some Worchestshire sauce. You know what I'm talking about. And seasoning blend or onions. Sorry, I forgot to mention those a minute ago, but I came back and added them. And I'm going to put a full list of the ingredients that you need following this. Tater tot casserole ingredients include: you will need enough tater tots to cover the dish, at least 1 pound of ground beef, 1 can of drained green beans, 1 can of drained sweet corn, at least 1/3 cup of sour cream, 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 1 can cheddar cheese soup, onions or seasoning blend to taste, salt and pepper, garlic powder, Worcestershire sauce, can't say that, and shredded cheese, 2 or more cups, enough to mix and enough to top the dish. All right, so let's get this tater tot casserole started. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna heat our oven to 350. Then we're gonna take some spray and we're gonna spray our baking dish. Spray it in. We're gonna start browning our ground meat. Mine's frozen, so it's going to take a little while. We'll add some salt to it. Some pepper. Some garlic powder. And, I can't say this, but the Worcestershire sauce. I know I don't measure, I'm just kind of sprinkling it in there. We'll let this cook. I'm also going to add my onions. This is seasoning blend, which is fine to use. Seasoning blend has a lot of onions in it. All right, we're gonna let that brown and cook our ground meat until it's thoroughly cooked. We have our mixture of ground meat, onions / seasoning blend, Worcester sauce, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. We have them cooking and browning, and we will brown this until the ground meat is good and cooked. And then we'll come back and finish the rest of this delicious looking tater tot casserole. Our ground meat is nice and brown now, so we are just going to take it and drain it to get all the grease out of there. In the next step, we are going to be using these ingredients: the sour cream, the condensed cheddar cheese soup, the cream of chicken soup, a can of drained whole kernel corn, a can of drained green beans, and some of the shredded cheese, along with our ground beef that is draining. So we have our brown ground beef all done. I've still got it draining. We're going to take a large bowl and we are going to mix in our ground beef, set this aside. Ground beef. Also, my can of condensed cheddar soup. We're going to put that in. Let me get a spoon. Get all of it. And our can of cream of chicken soup. Ooh. Flipped out of my hand. We're going to mix in our can of drained whole kernel sweet corn. And our can of drained cut green beans. Now we are also going to mix in some sour cream. Y'all, I am the worst about measuring. It says around 1/3 cup. I like to put it to a consistency that I like. I'm the worst about measuring. And then we're going to take some of our shredded cheese. Put it in. I'll save those to the side in case I feel like I need some more after I mix this all up real well. Mix, 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 mix it, mix it, mix it, mix, 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 mix it, mix. Add some more cheese. I like cheese, but if you only have a limited amount of cheese, make sure you save some so you'll have some to top your dish off with. Don't use it all because you'll want to put some on the top. I have a lot of cheese, so I've got plenty. Then we'll add a little more sour cream. Mix it, mix it, mix it well. Mix it, just keep mixing till it's all mixed very well. And then I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna get my dish that we sprayed earlier. And then we're just going to take our mixture that we just made and we're going to evenly spread it on the bottom of the dish. A pound of ground meat goes a long way when you're mixing vegetables in it and other things. So keep that in mind. Just kind of spreading it in the dish and kind of flattening it down to pack it in there. Now I'm going to take my frozen tater tots. And just line the top of the dish with them. All the way. If you have a bigger dish like me, this may take you a minute. I got 2 tater tots frozen together right there. There we go. I am so excited to try this. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer the dish with tater tots. Keep layering the dish. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer the dish with tater tots until it's all layered. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer the dish with tater tots. Keep layering the dish with tater tots until it's all layered. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer, layer, layer. Layer, layer, layer. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer the dish with tater tots. Layer the dish with... Whew! That seemed like a day's work. So the dish is completely lined with tater tots. So now that we have it completely lined with tater tots, we have our mixture on the bottom. Remember, we preheated our oven earlier to 350, so now we're gonna stick this in the oven just like this to bake probably anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour. You wanna kind of brown the tater tots. I also like to kind of cook the vegetables that are in there until it's hot and bubbly. You'll stick it in the oven 40 minutes to an hour, depending on how hot your oven gets. And then we'll take it out and we'll top it with cheese. We'll come back. Okay, we're back. It has been cooking for about 50-ish minutes in the oven. I even put it on to broil for a little bit to brown the top of the tater tot. So now we're gonna take it out. Ooh, that's hot. Fogged up my glasses. It's nice and bubbly. You can see it. Looks hot. Now we're going to top it with cheese. Okay, so now we've got it completely topped with cheese. We're gonna put it back in the oven for another 5 minutes for that cheese to melt real well. And then it'll be ready to serve. Okay, our additional 5 minutes is up. Let's take a look at it. It looks really good. Cheese is all nice and melty. It looks really good. Okay, so let's cut into this and see what it's all about. Very cheesy. Looks good. Let's give it a try. It's really tasty. Really tasty. Really hot too. Try this recipe out and let me know in the comments how yours turns out and what do you think about it. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go so I can enjoy my tater tot casserole. I hope you try it out and let me know what you think about it. It's really tasty. Don't forget to hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time.